The crossroad moment. There comes a moment in every person's life when the road splits into two paths, one familiar, safe, and predictable, and the other unknown, uncertain, and terrifying. Most people stand frozen at that point, afraid to take a step in either direction, waiting for a sign that never comes. The truth is that crossroad moment doesn't come with instructions. It tests your courage, not your comfort. You feel the weight of every doubt, every what-if echoing inside your head, but deep down there's a whisper telling you to move, to choose. It's not about being ready. It's about realizing that waiting for the right time is just another way to stay afraid. The right time never shows up. The moment you decide, that becomes the right time. This is where change truly begins, not in comfort, not in plans, but in that single step forward into the unknown. It's a quiet kind of bravery that no one claps for, yet it rewrites everything that comes after. You'll feel like you're walking blind, like the ground could disappear beneath your feet at any moment. But that's what makes the step matter. The road ahead only appears once you move. Every crossroad carries a secret. The path you choose defines the person you become. When you choose fear, you stay who you are. When you choose courage, you discover who you were meant to be. And maybe, just maybe, that one decision you take, trembling, uncertain, full of doubt, becomes the turning point of your entire story. Because in the end, the crossroad isn't about which path you take. It's about finding the strength to move when everything inside you says it don't. The power of saying yes. Every great transformation begins with a moment of surrender. The instant you stop blaming the world and take full responsibility for your life. It's not easy to accept that your failures, your setbacks, your pain, all have your fingerprints on them. But the moment you do, everything changes. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for someone to save you. You realize that no one is coming, and that's not tragic. It's liberating. Because now every step forward depends on your will, not someone else's approval. The world respects those who stop complaining and start creating. The second you shift your focus from a why me to a watch me, the energy around you transforms. You no longer chase validation. You command it through your actions. Taking responsibility doesn't mean carrying guilt. It means carrying power. You start understanding that control isn't about circumstances, it's about attitude. The power to rise, rebuild, and restart was always yours. This realization will hurt at first. It shatters the illusion that life owes you something. But when that illusion breaks, freedom walks in. You see clearly that your destiny isn't written by luck. It's shaped by decisions. Every time you take ownership, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You become unstoppable because excuses no longer exist in your vocabulary. You stop living reactively and start leading your own journey. People will notice the difference, not because you talk louder, but because your silence carries purpose. You'll move with a sense of direction that doesn't require validation. And in that quiet strength, you'll discover the truth. Responsibility isn't a burden. It's the foundation of every empire ever built. When fear meets faith, there comes a moment when life forces you to choose. Stay in the comfort of what's familiar, or step into the unknown and chase what sets your soul on fire. That single decision can define everything that follows. Comfort feels safe, but it silently kills your potential. The longer you stay in the same place, the smaller your dreams begin to feel. Growth doesn't happen in stillness. It demands discomfort, risk, and courage. The truth is, nothing changes until you decide to move. You can plan forever, wait for the perfect time, or pray for a sign, but the universe only starts working when you do. Action is the language of destiny. When you finally take that step, fear will try to pull you back. It will whisper that you're not ready, not good enough, not capable. But remember, fear isn't a stop sign. It's proof that you're on the right path. Every risk carries a lesson, every failure sharpens your vision, and every fall teaches resilience. The pain of trying will always be lighter than the regret of never knowing what could have been. You'll lose some people along the way, those who preferred the old version of you, but what you'll gain is far greater: confidence, freedom, and a life that actually feels like yours. Soon, the world that once seemed intimidating will start to bend in your favor. Opportunities will appear not because luck found you, but because courage did. And one day you'll look back and realize that one brave decision to step forward didn't just change your path, it changed you. Losing the old you, at some point you'll hit a wall, not made of stone, but of exhaustion, doubt, and endless what-ifs. It's called the breaking point, and it's the place where most people give up right before everything starts to change. The breaking point doesn't arrive to destroy you. It comes to test your will. It asks, how badly do you really want this? Because dreams aren't handed to those who want comfort. They're built by those who refuse to back down when it hurts the most. You'll cry in silence. You'll question everything, your choices, your strength, even your worth. But that pain you feel, it's not weakness leaving your body. It's the old version of you burning away to make space for something stronger. The ones who rise are not the ones who never break. They are the ones who learn how to rebuild themselves every single time. They turn pain into purpose and fear into fuel. When your body is tired and your mind screams enough, remember this? You've already survived the worst days of your life. You are not starting from nothing. You're starting from experience, from scars that now shine like armor. At the breaking point, there's a moment when something clicks inside you, that quiet voice that says, I've come too far to quit now. That's not motivation. That's your spirit remembering who it is. You push once more, just one more step, and suddenly the wall that seemed unbreakable begins to crack. And when it does, light rushes in, not from the outside world, but from the strength you just discovered within. The breaking point isn't the end. It's the transformation. It's the moment life stops testing your limits and starts revealing your power. The ripple effect, there comes a time when silence becomes your greatest teacher. When no applause, no validation, and no recognition can match the calm of your own company. That's when growth begins, in the quiet moments where you face your truth without filters or noise. Silence reveals what the world tries to hide. It shows you who's real, what matters, and what doesn't. In that stillness, you begin to understand that strength isn't always about speaking. Sometimes it's about standing firm when no one sees you at all. The journey alone is not a punishment, it's preparation. It strips away the unnecessary and forces you to meet the person you've ignored the most, yourself. And once you do, you realize that loneliness was never empty. It was full of lessons waiting to be heard. Every person who ever built something meaningful went through a phase where no one believed in them. That isolation wasn't a setback, it was construction of patience, focus, and resilience. The truth is, solitude sharpens you. It teaches you to move without approval, to trust your steps even when no one is walking beside you. And one day you'll look back and realize that the version of you who started the journey could never have imagined the power of who you've become. That's the beauty of change. It destroys who you were to reveal who you were meant to be. Looking back, looking up, success is never a sudden event. It's a collection of silent battles won when no one was watching. It's built in the lonely hours when motivation fades and discipline takes over. Every small effort you make in the dark is what shines brightest in the light. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve is persistence. Most people stop when it hurts. Winners keep going until it's done. The road is long and it's meant to be, because every delay, every detour shapes the strength required to hold success when it arrives. You don't need talent to succeed, you need resilience. Talent fades when life gets tough, but resilience grows stronger with every setback. It's the invisible armor that turns pain into power and failure into foundation. There will be moments when everything falls apart. Your plans, your confidence, even your hope. But those are the moments that define you. When you choose to rise again, not because you feel strong, but because you refuse to stay down, success starts taking shape. Success is not about who runs faster, it's about who refuses to stop running. Consistency beats perfection every time. You can fail 100 times, but if you stand up 101, the world will call you unstoppable. Never let the noise of doubt silence the voice of belief inside you. People will call your journey impossible until you make it inevitable. Let their disbelief become your fire. The louder their doubt, the stronger your reason to keep moving. When success finally comes, it won't be a surprise, it'll feel earned. Because you'll remember the nights you cried, the mornings you fought through exhaustion, the days you almost gave up but didn't. That's what makes success taste real. And when you stand at the top, don't forget the climb made you who you are. The struggle gave meaning to your victory. Success belongs to those who refuse to stop, and you, my friend, are one of them. Embracing the unknown, there's a strange freedom in stepping into uncertainty. The moment you release the need to control every outcome, life opens doors you didn't even know existed. The unknown isn't a threat, it's an invitation to grow. Fear will try to anchor you in the familiar. It will whisper doubts and replay past failures. But the courage to move forward, even without a clear path, is what separates the brave from the stagnant. Every step into uncertainty sharpens your instincts. You begin to trust your judgment, your intuition, and your resilience. The unknown is a teacher. It tests patience, flexibility, and faith in yourself. Growth thrives at the edge of comfort. You'll find opportunities hidden behind discomfort, lessons waiting behind hesitation. When you embrace uncertainty, you start living intentionally. Each decision becomes purposeful, each step deliberate, and each moment rich with potential. Life rewards the bold. Those who venture into unfamiliar territory find experiences, connections, and achievements that never exist on the safe path. The unknown isn't a void to fear, it's a canvas to create. Step forward, even trembling, and watch life transform into something greater than you imagined. The strength and persistence every time you continue when everything inside wants to quit. You build a strength that fear cannot touch. Persistence isn't flashy, it's quiet, relentless, and unstoppable. Small actions repeated daily compound into monumental results. What seems insignificant now becomes the foundation of your future. The power of persistence lies in its consistency. Obstacles will appear, sometimes subtle, sometimes overwhelming. Persistence doesn't avoid them. It faces them repeatedly, learning, adapting, and growing stronger each time. You'll encounter days when progress feels invisible. Those are the moments that test your commitment. Keep moving. The accumulation of effort always reveals itself. Persistence reshapes your mindset. You stop fearing failure and start valuing effort, discipline, and resilience. Each small victory builds confidence and momentum. The world notices results, not excuses. People respect those who keep going, even when circumstances are stacked against them. Persistence is contagious. Every time you refuse to quit, you inspire others silently, creating a ripple effect that extends beyond your vision. In the end, persistence isn't just action, it's character. Those who master it don't just succeed, they become unstoppable forces shaping their own destiny. Letting go to move forward, holding on to the past only weighs you down. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means freeing yourself to move toward growth and possibility. Every attachment you release, whether it's pain, regret, or expectation, creates space for clarity, focus, and opportunity. Your future cannot bloom in the shadow of yesterday. Letting go is uncomfortable. It feels like loss, like surrender. But the freedom that follows transforms every step you take into purposeful action. You cannot control everything or everyone. Acceptance of this truth is the first step toward liberation and self-mastery. The more you release, the lighter your journey becomes. You'll notice decisions flow more easily, creativity expands, and your energy aligns with what truly matters. Letting go builds resilience. Each release strengthens your ability to face uncertainty without fear and to prioritize your well-being above comfort. Sometimes letting go is the bravest thing you can do. It requires faith in yourself, courage to trust the unknown, and patience to wait for the right timing. When you finally let go, you step forward unencumbered. The path ahead, once hidden, now reveals its possibilities, and you move with confidence, clarity, and purpose. The courage of conviction. The world will question your choices. They'll call your dreams impossible, your ambitions unrealistic. But conviction isn't built on approval, it's forged in the certainty of your own purpose. Courage isn't loud. It's quiet, unwavering, and steadfast. It allows you to stand alone when necessary and to act with clarity despite opposition. When you trust yourself, every decision carries power. You no longer sway with public opinion or fear judgment. Your actions reflect inner truth, not outer validation. Conviction demands consistency. It requires showing up, following through, and refusing to compromise on what matters most. The strongest people aren't those who please the world. They're those who remain faithful to their vision, regardless of resistance. Conviction inspires others. People sense authenticity, and your courage to stand firm attracts respect, admiration, and support naturally. Even when the path is lonely, the reward is clarity. Knowing who you are and why you move forward makes every challenge manageable. Your life becomes a testament to belief in yourself. Conviction turns doubt into direction and hesitation into action. Rising from regret. Regret is a teacher disguised as pain. It reminds you where you hesitated, where fear held you back, and where you failed to act. The power of regret lies in transformation. It only controls you if you allow it. Turn it into a guide, not a chain. Every regret points to growth. It shows the areas where courage, decisiveness, or self-belief could have changed the outcome. Use regret as motivation. Let it fuel determination to make better choices today rather than dwell on mistakes yesterday. Rising from regret requires self-compassion. Acknowledge the lessons, forgive yourself, and channel energy into action. Those who master regret don't live in the past. They learn, adapt, and move forward stronger, wiser, and more prepared. Regret becomes a tool when combined with effort. Each choice now is informed by the clarity gained from what once went wrong. When you rise from regret, you reclaim power. You are no longer defined by what you lost, but by the courage you now bring to the journey ahead. The quiet power of consistency. Big achievements are rarely the result of sudden bursts of energy. They come from consistent effort over time, small steps repeated relentlessly. Consistency is invisible to most, but unstoppable to those who practice it. It's the quiet force that separates the dreamers from the achievers. Every habit you reinforce daily compounds into skill, mastery, and eventual success. Discipline is the bridge between intention and accomplishment. Consistency builds credibility. People trust those who deliver day in and day out, and results naturally follow. It teaches patience. Progress is rarely immediate, but persistent effort guarantees that forward motion accumulates into lasting impact. Consistency reduces reliance on motivation. You act even when inspiration fades because the habit has become stronger than emotion. The quiet power of showing up matters more than flashy results. Over time, small actions create monumental outcomes. Ultimately, consistency transforms potential into reality. Those who endure become unstoppable architects of their own success. Defining your own worth, your value, is not measured by applause, validation, or recognition. It is intrinsic, self-determined, and built from integrity, effort, and belief in yourself. When you recognize your worth, external approval becomes irrelevant. You act from confidence, not desperation. Defining your own worth requires reflection. Understand your strengths, embrace your weaknesses, and honor your unique journey. Self-worth gives direction. It ensures you pursue goals that align with your purpose, not what society dictates. When you refuse to let others define you, your choices carry clarity and intention. Your energy becomes magnetic, attracting the right people and opportunities. Worth is reinforced by action. Mastery, courage, and contribution shape your sense of value more than opinion ever could. Defining your own worth protects you from toxic influence. It allows you to say no, walk away, and prioritize what truly matters. Ultimately, your life becomes a reflection of your self-respect. Worth defined internally cannot be shaken externally. Becoming the architect of your life at the end of the journey, it's not luck or circumstances that shape your story. It's the choices you make every day. Every risk, every lesson, every effort is a brick in the structure of your life. You are the builder, the planner, and the creator. The architect doesn't wait for permission. They design, they construct, and they adjust the blueprint as necessary. Life rewards those who plan with intention, act with courage, and refuse to be passive. Every small decision compounds into a life fully realized. Obstacles are inevitable, but the architect uses them as tools, learning from failure and reshaping setbacks into foundations for growth. Vision guides action. Clear intention turns chaos into order, and commitment transforms dreams into reality. Becoming the architect requires discipline, courage, and patience. Every moment invested shapes the legacy you leave. In the end, the life you create is the life you own. Build boldly, live intentionally, and never forget, you are always meant to be the architect of your destiny.